Hello, my name is Lucas, this is a bit of lit, and I'm here to talk about Abdulrazak Gurnah's Gravel Heart, which is his ninth novel, published in 2017, this edition in 2018, and it is an incredible story that tells the story of a young boy who migrates as a student under the guidance of his uncle to London to study, and later to other cities when London doesn't work out. Abdulrazak Gurnah is a Tanzanian British author, and so he writes a lot about colonialism and how it has affected people and cultural gaps and this kind of thing. And we see that in full display with Salim. First thing we learn about him is that his father does not want him, and he doesn't know why, but every day Salim will bring his father lunch, and they don't really talk. His mother won't explain what happened, why Baba won't come back, and neither will his father. One day after he's finished his studies in school, he is given the opportunity by his uncle, a very generous opportunity, to be hosted so that he can continue his studies in college in England, particularly in London, where his uncle Amir works as a diplomat. There are all kinds of struggles for Salim because this is a new country. He's far away from everything he knows and loves in the country of his country's colonizers. There is a bit of a backdrop early on, all kinds of information about Tanzanian politics throughout the decades, in the 70s and 90s and 80s and all that, and all the kinds of controversies and ways that people suffered in this country, which really provides a really great backdrop so you can kind of understand and get to see the stark contrast of that background and then the struggles that Salim faces when he is in London, when he's forced by his uncle to study business, as it will be something he sees as useful, but he's not interested in business. He's interested in literature. Shakespeare has a big part to play because his father also had a Shakespeare book, which was coincidentally his first book that he started to read, his father, that is. And Measure for Measure plays a very important role in the backdrop of this novel, in this little family drama, without the happy ending. So I will leave it at that. For those that know, you know, and for those that don't, you will be in for a great surprise. Even if you go in knowing that, though, you will be amazed at the effortless way that Abdulrazak Gurnah dramatizes this family's tragedies. As Salim is struggling in England, trying to figure out who he is and what he wants, his family ties with his uncle fall apart because his uncle feels that he's disrespectful and ungrateful, and also his family tie with his mother slightly falls apart in the sense that they're not communicating as much as either of them would like, and they feel like they're drifting. And there are some changes back home for the mother that go unsaid until it's too late. And one day, Salim decides to return when he wants to visit his mother. Tragically, she dies before he can get there in time for the funeral or anything like that. His brother, or his mother's brother, his uncle Amir, and his mother's lover, Hakim, pay for the expenses of the funeral and the Islamic rituals for passing, and that causes him a bit of struggle because he does not like this man. Salim does not like Hakim. He feels there's something wrong about him that he just doesn't like, although he is the father of his sister. When he comes back, he has an awakening or reckoning with his father, who had left for Kuala Lumpur. I don't know how to say the city's name, but he had left the country to that city and eventually came back, and this was his perfect opportunity to go home. But that's Salim's perfect opportunity to go home. And then he has a talk with his dad about everything, about the family history, about Tanzania, about everything. And it is so moving and powerful and upsetting, and just really shows why Abdulzarak Gurnah earned the Nobel Prize. I look forward greatly to his other works. I will leave you with that. I don't want to spoil too much more, though. Again, if you listen to what I said earlier about Measure for Measure, you might have a very good idea about the family drama, but the way it's intertwined with the history and the politics of what had been going on the decades before and the revolutions and that kind of thing is really incredible. It's very well crafted. I look forward to reading another one of his books. I hope that they're all as great as this, and I would like to know what you think. Have you read any of his works? Are you interested in any of his works? What do you think of this book? What do you think of his other books? I would like to know. Thank you.